Just a quick note, we're about to do some real talk about a hard topic. I don't want any of you to be triggered by the content of this video. If you feel yourself starting to think some destructive thoughts, I want you to stop the video and go ahead and reach out to one of the phone numbers in the description. What makes cutting addictive? Any form of self-injury, once begun, can actually be really difficult to break. Even though a lot of people, friends, family members, even people who are trying to be very loving, kind, and compassionate, will say things like, well, just stop, just quit. You know you're hurting yourself, right? And you kind of want to laugh on the inside and go, yeah, but it also helps me. There's reasons behind that. And the first reason is because even though there is physical pain, it actually provides relief from emotional pain. So there's this almost distractive quality or validating quality that what's going on the inside is happening on the outside too. And whether or not you want other people to see it, it could be seen. It's not just all in your head, it's not just all in your heart. One of the other reasons is because for some people, if they're going through something really difficult or traumatic, if there's been abuse, if there's been just some really difficult home or school environments, it's easy for the heart to go numb. And when your heart goes numb, when your emotions go numb, that can be somewhat scary. And sometimes someone will turn to a self-injury behavior because that provides this temporary way of feeling again. Even if it's negative, you're still feeling. You're still able to connect with an emotional side. Completely dead. That can be one of the factors that can contribute to the behavior. One of the other ways is it just any form of cutting, self-injury, damage to yourself. It provides this sense of control. It says for a moment that, again, even though it's negative, I know what's going on and I can be the one that's in charge of this. So if your world feels like it's spinning out of control and there's a lot of pain coming at you from unknown, unwanted, and uncertain sources, you never know when it's going to happen. That's extremely chaotic, and it can bring a sense of panic and anxiety or severe depression to anyone, young or old. And somehow, cutting provides the sense of, well, I hurt myself. I'm in control of this. I know when it's going to happen. Even though it's negative, there's some logic to that. Not that I condone it, but it's easy to get in that mental pattern of at least I know what's going to happen. One of the other reasons that's not usually talked about but needs to be talked about is the fact that whenever there is damage inflicted on the body, especially when there's blood involved, the brain counteracts for that, which is wonderful. And the medical community can go on and on about how endorphins are actually extremely important to the body in healing and in injury and in trauma. But when we self-inflict that injury, those same endorphins are there. And so it kind of wires the brain to say, when there is pain, when there's a wound, we can actually find a way to get happy. Endorphins, for those of you that may not know or might need a quick brush up, endorphins are happy hormones. Endorphins are released in the brain various times for various reasons, and it helps us to receive the signals and the messages that say, this is good, this is happy, let's go for this. And a lot of times, those endorphins are released in cutting, burning, injury, tearing out the hair, and a wide variety of other self-injury methods. It's confusing then because you're sort of being rewarded for inflicting pain on yourself. And then the problem is the brain falls into a pattern that is actually highly addictive. Endorphins are wildly addictive. And so if you find a way to get them, a lot of times you'll turn to that same method in order to feel it again and again and again. It can make it very difficult to want to take away any efforts to remove that behavior if it removes that happy feeling as well. So it's a lot to think about. There's a lot going on. I would say the number one all around reason, though, is self-injury. It provides an external sign for sometimes harrowing, brutal internal pain that feels like it's invisible. So there's a sense of validation. There's got to be other ways. No one should have to hurt themselves in order to have validation, acceptance, belonging, or even to feel happy. But I know that it's something that a lot of young people are turning to, and I don't want there to be shame in that. There is some logic and there's some sense of why people turn to it, but I bet that there's a couple other coping mechanisms that we could learn, that we can instill, that are going to help each and every one of us to make it out better and to feel stronger in very positive ways. Watch a couple more videos. If that's you or a friend and you're looking to figure out what's going on, let's try to find some more answers together, because I know that there is a pathway out there. I know that there is hope out there.